Welcome to Midweek Service provided by the Church Sound Podcast. This is our version of tech news with your host, Prentiss Thompson. Have you ever wondered, how do I mic a drum set, or what about getting audio to my live stream? We're here for you. This is tech news, new product reviews, and everything you need to know about what you need to know. Welcome to Midweek Service. Good day, good people. Welcome to another edition of the Church Sound Podcast Midweek Service. This is where we do tech news, product training, and product reviews right here on our YouTube channel that you can watch it, or you're listening to it on our podcast, wherever you listen to your podcast. Make sure what I want you to do is to comment, review, share, and share this information with some people that may need it. We deal with a lot of churches, and we're here to provide a service to help churches. So I thought, as part of our midweek service, and those of you who listen to us on Tuesdays for our full show, be sure you listen to that as well. So we have a show every Tuesday and every Thursday. Thursday's midweek service, our full show, the Church Sound Podcast with my host, the Pastor Caleb Windley, happens on Tuesday. But with today, we're going to talk about EQ and what it is, it just in simple terms, and how to use it. EQ is all about frequency, all about frequency. Everything that you hear has a tone or a frequency. A note is attached to a frequency. I just want you to know that. A note, when you hear something that has a lot of bass, that is a frequency, like about 60 hertz. It's a frequency. If you hear a vocal and it's very piercing, that's a frequency. It's normally about 2.8 kilohertz. That's a frequency. And when you're looking at a mixer, I'm going to share my screen with you. When you're looking at a mixer, and you see all these channels, let's go here. This is a digital mixer. And you see, this is the description of the EQ. What does it really look like? It's right here. Here's all your frequencies for your EQ. When we go to an analog mixer, same thing applies. These are all of your frequencies: low, mid, sweep, high frequencies. What does it look like on a graph? This is what it looks like. These are all the frequencies and how you can manipulate it. Now, the thing that you need to know is that with mixing, understanding frequencies is very important, because you can have an instrument that's in the same tonal frequency, and you need to find space for your instrumentation. Meaning, I'll give you a good example. A organ and, say, viola and strings, very similar tonal quality as far as the register. But because the instrument is more harsh or more quiet, you need to find a place to be able to fit them both so you can hear both instruments clearly. An alto and a tenor, they're in different frequencies, different tonal quality. So as an engineer, you're manipulating the sound. And the thing I learned best from one of my mentors is you remove what doesn't work. You remove what doesn't work. So what you do is you over-exaggerate a frequency to find out if it's harsh. You do this in sound check. And you start removing frequencies, just like, I want to show you this graph one more time. Just like in this graph, you're removing these frequencies, about 200, 600. You're removing these frequencies because these frequencies are harsh and don't blend with the other tracks that you're mixing. So engineers, the best thing I can tell you to do is to practice. You have to practice, and you have to listen to music to find out where they lie and what are the differences. There's a difference between an acoustic guitar, a mandolin, and a banjo. All stringed instruments, different tonal quality. It's a difference between a Strat and a Fender. I mean, a Les Paul and a Strat. There's a difference between a piano and a Rhodes or a Wurlitzer, right? There's a difference between electric guitar and upright bass. There's a difference between 5-string bass, 4-string bass, 6-string bass. It's a different tonal quality. It's a difference between a Type 20-inch kick drum to a 22. It's a different tonal quality. Do your homework. Listen to music. Just listen and take it apart in your mind. And then try to apply that and try to replicate that when you're mixing in front of house. So I hope this has been helpful. Make sure you review, like, subscribe right here on our YouTube channel and listen to us on our podcast. Every Thursday, Church Sound Podcast, midweek service. I'm your host, Prentiss Thompson. Like I always say, I'll see you in the Matrix. See you next time.